After being asked to foster a newborn baby girl, a single Colorado mother agreed to add the child to her family. However, once she agreed the hospital bracelet, she immediately scheduled a DNA test. After her pastor inspired her to look into foster care, Katie Page completed the strenuous application process to become a foster parent. A year later, she was caring for her fourth foster child, a one-year-old baby boy who had been abandoned by his mother after he was born addicted to illegal narcotics. Within months, Paige knew this baby boy was meant to be her own. So she fought tooth and nail to adopt him, ultimately winning the battle and giving her son the name Grayson. However, days after the adoption was finalized, she received another familiar call. Less than 2 weeks after adopting Grayson, Paige's caseworker asked her if she would take in a newborn baby girl. This was an emergency placement, as the baby was born drug-exposed, just like Paige's son had been at birth. It only took 10 minutes of contemplation for Paige to agree to take the infant. Her drug exposure and medical condition was identical to Grayson's, so I thought to myself, you can do this. You have done it before, Paige explained. As she settled into her first few hours with the newborn girl, Paige noticed something peculiar on the baby's hospital bracelet. Much to her shock, the mother's name matched the name Grayson's mother had given at the hospital a year ago. I asked my roommate to watch the children for a moment, and I went to find Grayson's paperwork. That's really odd. The date of birth is only 1 day different than Grayson's mother's. My roommate and I were looking at each other wondering if we were thinking the same thing. Could they have the same mother? Paige wondered. Katie Page stared at the children, looking for any resemblance to one another. Grayson is half African American and has tan skin and dark curly hair. The baby girl was fair-skinned with straight reddish blonde hair. Paige knew that Grayson's mother had lied about her information to the hospital when he was born. She told Good Morning America. The caseworkers told me her story, which was really similar to Grayson's. Paige recalled, I saw her medical bracelet, and the first name of her mother was the same name as Grayson's mom. She didn't have a typical name. Paige raised the question to her caseworker, who reviewed the children's documents. Just as she suspected, the babies seemed to be siblings. A DNA test was performed, revealing that Grayson and the baby girl, who was less than a year younger, were biological siblings. A few months later, the new mother finalized the baby girl's adoption, naming her Hannah. However, the Page family's adoption journey wasn't over. 2 years later, Paige adopted her children's youngest sibling, a baby boy named Jackson. The minute I held him, I was so overjoyed. Paige told Good Morning America of her new son. I said, this is their brother, this is their family. Against all odds, Katie Page is raising 3 children that come from dire circumstances. Still, she wouldn't have it any other way. I was a single woman in a 4-bedroom house, and now every room in my house is full, Paige said. It's never dull. People ask me all the time, how do you do it? I never thought I'd have 3 babies, but God doesn't give you more than you can handle. Katie Page has since discovered 2 more children from the same mother. They have both been adopted by a couple in Florida. Incredibly, the 2 families have grown close over their children's connection and plan to keep them in contact with one another.